Okay, so Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Welcome back, everybody, from summer. We have Monday, we have periodic, grade 11. We have, I don't know, the material really isn't out yet, other than the math material for me. So on Monday, it shows me we have math diagnostic periodic. Even though it might not count, you still would have to repeat the exam until you get above 85. Also, you're going to need all of this year as well. For chapter one of math, I was looking over our course division. Chapter one is all from stuff we took last year. Okay, so you're gonna need to know this. Okay, uh, for this year, before I start, for this year, I will continue as normal. CAs, I'll try to upload throughout the weekend. That way, you can have them ready. For because I know most of you like to study for CAs throughout the weekend. Also, periodics in the weekend. Obviously, in the weekend, it's on periodics on Monday. Anyway, yeah, I will try to introduce, going live for an hour the night before the periodic. That way, I can answer any questions people might have. Um, Please, yani, let me know if you want me to do that. And no, it's something I want to do, but I'm not sure if you guys would want me to do it. So just put it in the comments, and if you do, or if you have any ideas for me to do. Also, I mean, I can't really think of anything. Yeah. Also, before starting, let me shout out a few people from Greece, from SLTC. I want to shout out Ziad Yusuf from Sharjah. I want to shout out Malath Hayan Ibrahim from Doha, Qatar. From Abu Dhabi, I want to shout out Jad Al Amin. From Khalifa, I want to shout out Yusuf and Sham. From Al Ain, Mu'min, Asim, and Celine. I think that's it. Yeah, from Al Quwain, Amina. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah, I guess let's start. Uh, Question one: which of the following is true about 3x minus 4x, 3x plus 2? Okay, this is similar to the study the sign questions, as you can see. Okay, they want to know when it's less than 0, when it's greater than 0. So when it's positive, when it's negative. Remember, to solve these study the sign questions, we do the f of x table, right? So on our x, we'd always include the roots, right? What are our two roots here? They factored it for us, so they made it easy for us. Our roots are 4 and minus 2 over 3, right? So we put minus 2 over 3 and 4. We know at the roots it's 0 and 0. And we know in between the roots, it's opposite to the sign of the quadratic. Here, the sign of the quadratic is positive, right? So that means in between the roots, it will be opposite to it, which is negative, right? And then before and after the roots, it stays normal. So positive, positive. So a quick reminder, this came in the final in algebra. They tricked most of the people. They wrote it like this: 3x minus 4, 2 plus 3x. You see how they put the x after? That means the sign of the quadratic is negative. So make sure not only to look at the leading term, to look as well at your binomials that are factored inside the brackets. But I don't think they're going to get it for this diagnostic because it's grids only. So when is it less than 0? When is it negative? Okay, it's less than 0 for all numbers in between minus 2 over 3 and 4. Is that true? Between minus 2 over 3 and 4, is it less than 0 negative? Yes, it is. So that first one's true. It's less than 0 for all real numbers x. Is it less than 0 all the time? No. It's greater than 0 between minus 2 over 3 and 4? Obviously, no. We said it's less than 0 between minus 2 over 3 and 4. It's equal to 0 whenever x equals 4 or x equals minus 2 over 3. Yes, obviously those are roots. It's greater than 0 for all numbers to the left of minus 2 over 3 and to the right of 4. Let's see. To the left of minus 2 over 3, is it positive? Yes. To the right of 4, is it positive? Yes. So this is true. It's less than 0 for all real numbers? Obviously not. So our three true ones are this, this, and this. Okay, I submitted because I want to see the answers. Um, Question 2. Given sine theta is radical 3 over 2, which of the following would be equal to theta? Since we're working with pi, that means change your calculator to radians. Okay, to radians. So you take your calculator, you open it. My one is on degrees. You open shift setup, radians for, so it's on radians now. Then the best way to solve this is just go through each one here and test it out. So let's try sine 2 pi over 3. Sine 2 pi is down here over 3 equals, is it radical 3 over 2? It is, so that means it's a correct answer. Okay, the next one, sine minus 2 pi over 3. Now you have to try each of these. So now minus 2 pi over 3. So let me go again, sine minus 2 pi over 3. It's not. This is negative, this is positive. So this answer is wrong. Then just try them all. Sine minus pi over 3. It's wrong. And then sine pi over 3. Radical 3 over 2. See, so it's correct. And then 7 pi over 3. Can I not just... No, I can't. Okay. Oh, wait, I can do this. So yeah, then go. Okay, yeah. There you go. Yeah. Radical 3 over 2. So this is how you solve this type of question. Put it on the calculator. Make sure your calculator is on radians. Question 3. Which of the following is a possible root of x cubed minus mx squared minus 9x plus 7, where m is a whole number? So this part, I remember last year in grade 10, I got mixed up when I saw this m is a whole number part. So basically what they're trying to ask you is, Henny, what are the possible roots? Remember, whenever you have any polynomial, let's say a cubic polynomial ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d, to find all the possible roots, you would take the factors of d. So let's say the factors of d divided by the factors of a. Remember? So in this case, a would be 1 and d would be 7. Okay, so you list them like this: 7, 1. What are the factors of 7? Obviously 1 and 7. Those are the only two factors. It's a prime number. And obviously the factors of 1 is only 1. So let's try it out. 1 divided by 1 is 1. 7 divided by 1 is 7. So my possible roots are 1 and 7. And don't forget, you always put plus minus. The roots can either be positive, can either be negative. This is all from grade 10. I'm not going to re-explain. Okay? So it's always plus minus. Plus minus 1 and 7. So you take 1, minus 1, minus 7. If they put positive 7, that would also be a correct answer. Okay. Question 4. What is the coefficient of x squared? And they want the question mark. Just do the long division, guys. You do take 3x minus 5. Okay, you divide the leading term by the leading term always. So 15 divided by 3 is 5, and then x4 divided by x is x3. Remember, the rule for long division is always divide, multiply, subtract. We divided, we got 5x to the 3. Then multiply now, we multiply each term by 5x to the 3. You get 15x to the 4. And then minus 5 times 5x to the 3 is minus 5 times 5 minus 25 x to the 3. So this cancels with this, you get 0. 11 minus 25 is minus 36. And then x to the 3 over here carries over. Then carry this down, plus 3x squared, and continue. DMS, divide again. 15, so not 15 now, we're on 11. Are we on 11? Hold up. My fault, I'm بخبص قاعد. Okay, so we get this now over here. We have 36, negative 36x to the 3, plus 3x squared, right? Leading term divided by leading term. Minus 36 divided by 3. Oh, wait. I did a bad step. Ya Allah. My fault. Let me repeat this question. My fault, guys. It's been a while since I've solved math. Okay. Let me repeat. DMS, leading term divided by leading term. 15 divided by 3 is 5. x4 divided by x is x3. So you divide it. Now you multiply 3 times 5. Okay, this step, we got it. 3x times 5x to the 3, 15x to the 4. Then minus 5 times 5x to the power of 3 is minus 25x to the power of 3. What I did wrong is you put the minus here. So 15 minus 15 is 0. Then 11 minus 25 is positive 36x to the power of 3. Okay, then you carry over the plus 3x squared. Then you continue again. DMS, divide 36x to the power of 3 divided by 3x. 36 divided by 3 is 12, so 12. And then x to the 3 divided by x is x squared. All they need is what's in this question mark here, which is 12. Okay, if you were to continue, you would now multiply each term by 12x squared and continue subtracting, blah, 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 blah. So that the term inside the box is 12. What is the value of f of minus 5? This is easy. You can just plug it in. You can do it on the calculator as well. You can do like this, minus 5 into minus 5, then squared, minus 4 into minus 5 plus 9, minus 96. Question 6. The rule for the function. Okay, this is, remember, let's go back here. Remember last year we started off in term, towards the end of term 1, we learned about absolute value functions and then quadratic functions. So this would be the xy plane. The absolute value function would be, have its vertex, let's say over here, and then it would be a straight V-shaped graph. Okay, something like this. Okay, the absolute value function is represented as y equals a absolute value of x minus h plus k. This is the absolute value function. What are the rules for the absolute value function? The vertex is always h comma k. Okay, yeah, I can't really think of any other rules. Yeah, I guess that's it. The vertex is h comma k, and then to figure out what a is, you substitute any point into the equation and solve for it. So let's see over here. Let me take this here. Okay, so here our vertex is over here at minus 2, and this is 6 over here, minus 2 comma 6, right? So we know that it's represented as x minus h, right? So always the opposite of this goes here. So if it's minus 2 over here, then you put in 2. Okay, yeah. So since it's minus 2, we put positive 2. So that's why we finish from the 2. Then obviously k, h comma k, h comma k, you just put in the 6. So right now we know that it's a absolute value of x plus 2 plus 6. This is what our equation is. But we're still missing this a, right? So to find this, the easiest thing to do is take any other point on the graph. But that other point cannot be the vertex. It has to be another point. So let's take 0, comma 4, for example. 0, comma 4. And let's substitute 0, comma 4 into our graph here, into our equation. So the y is 4. So 4 equals a. X we know is 0 plus 2 plus 6. So you're going to get 0 plus 2 is 2. A is outside, plus 6 equals 4. Okay, absolute value of 2, so it's 2 times a, so 2a plus 6 equals 4. Okay, 2a plus 6 equals 4, take 6 to the other side, you're going to get 2a equals minus 2, and obviously divide by 2 on both sides, you're going to get a equals negative 1. So that's how you get negative 1, x plus 2, 6. So that's how you get minus 1, 2, 6. Question 7. Same thing now, but for the quadratic function. Except for the quadratic function, it follows almost the same exact rules. Remember, for the quadratic function, it's shit. Okay, so if I take this over here, let's quickly revise the rules for the quadratic equations. Quadratic equations are written in two ways. The main form for the canonical form is a. You're going to need to know what canonical form is because it's going to be the first lesson you take in math in grade 11. A x minus h squared plus k. This is canonical form. Where, again, h comma k represents the vertex. Okay, that's pretty much it. If a is greater than 0, then it opens upwards, and if a is less than 0, then it opens downwards. Okay, yeah, I guess that's it. The other way you can represent a quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c, where you guys are familiar with this one. You have 2x squared plus 3x plus 7. something like this. Okay, we know that it's represented by a parabola like this. Okay, same thing, similar to do the absolute value equation. So over here, to solve and figure out these missing boxes, the first thing you would look at, as usual, is the vertex. Oh, I shouldn't use blue. The vertex over here is at 2 minus 2. H, k. Remember, we always take the opposite of h, right? So we're going to take negative 2. Okay, but they already put the minus, so you just put in 2. Then for k, you put in negative 2 as well, but pay attention, they already put the minus, so you only put in 2. Then you need to figure out a. We now know that y, our equation, y equals a x minus 2 squared minus 2. We got this so far. We need to figure out the a. What do you do? Same exact thing. Take any point on the graph. This point over here, this is nice. I like this point. 1 comma 0. 1 comma 0. Substitute it. It's very easy. Since always the best ones to work with are the ones that have 0 in them. So our y is 0. So 0 equals a, which is 1. Show a, so a, which we don't know, brackets x, which is 1, minus 2 squared minus 2. You're gonna get 0 equals 1 minus 2 is minus 1. You have a outside, and you have the square, minus 2. Minus 1 squared is 1. 1 times a is a, minus 2, that's a. 1a minus 2 equals 0. You're gonna get a minus 2 equals 0. Take 2 to the other side, you're gonna get a equals 2. For over here, for the a box, you put 2. Question 8. Question 8. Where is question 8? Question 8 is tweaking. Guys, question 8 is loading. Guys, question 8 ain't loading. Hold up, wait. Guys, SDP is tweaking. It ain't working. We will be back. We'll be back. Yeah, guys, my SDP isn't working. It isn't. It's not loading. Like, wait, hold up. One sec. Okay. For this question, if you do see it, if you do see the shape, this angle and this angle are always congruent. Okay, it's always. If you see it, the angle here, it's the same as the angle here. Okay, they're always congruent. Okay, question 9. The area of the circle when the circumference is 12 pi. Okay, the circumference is 2 pi r, and you know that the area is pi r squared. Okay, so we know the circumference 2 pi r is equal to 12. Cancel 2 on both sides, you're gonna get pi r equals 6. So they want it in terms of pi, so let's just cancel pi. So the radius is, we can just say it's 6. Okay, let's cancel pi everywhere. So we can go back here to the area. We can go into pi r square. Oh wait, no, it's 12 pi. My fault. Yeah, also just cancel pi. It's supposed to be 12 pi, and then you cancel pi with pi here. Anyway, you still get 6. So the area pi r squared, okay, you do pi times 6 squared, you're gonna get 36 pi. Question 10. What's the volume of a square pyramid whose height is 15 and the length of the side of its base is 8? Remember that the volume of a pyramid, okay, volume of a pyramid is 1 over 3 area of the base times the height. The area of the base in this case, it's a square pyramid. In the geometry final, people got this wrong because it said in the written, it was a rectangular pyramid. And they gave us, this is how they drew it for us. I remember something like this. It was maybe, I don't know, let's say 5 here, 10 here, and it طلعوا على فوق هيك. Okay, and they gave you the height is like 12 or something. Okay, for some reason they asked, okay, in the written, what's the volume of this pyramid? For some reason, I think, I'm not gonna say names, but someone, he squared the side as the area of the base. Okay, pay attention. Okay, it might not come rectangular pyramid in the exam, but guys, I'm not here to make you memorize formulas. I want you to understand يعني the volume of the pyramid. 1 over 3 area of the base times the height. In this case, the area of the base, which is a square, if you draw it, the side is 8 and the height is 15. Okay, so the area of the base 8 squared, 64, times the height 15, times 1 over 3. Cancel, cancel, 5, 64 times 5, you get 320. Okay, question 11. Here, okay, always remember, like the previous question, this angle here is always equal to this angle here. So if this is x over here, and when since it's isosceles, they gave us these two sides are congruent, meaning the triangle is isosceles. So this is x over here. So to find x, we know that the angles in the triangle add up to 180. So 2x plus 50 equals 180. So 2x equals 130. X equals 65. If you see this in the exam, just do 180 minus 50 divided by 2. That's it. Okay. Question 12. What is the radius of a sphere? Okay, what is the radius of the sphere if they have the volume? Remember that the volume of a sphere is equal to 4 over 3 pi r cubed. Okay, they gave us it's equal to 5324 over 3 pi. Cancel pi with pi. Multiply. Now you have to divide by 4 over 3. So divide by 4 over 3 on both sides. You do 5324 over 3 divided by 4 over 3. You're going to get 1331. And then, so you're going to get r cubed equals 1331. So now cube root 1331. You shift cube root answer. You get 11. Okay. Question 13. Oh, I want 14. Okay. Yeah. Remember that area over area, okay, equals let's say area of triangle 1 over area of triangle 2 equals S1 over S2 squared. If it was volume, then it would be cube. Remember, these are the formulas. These are all formulas from last year. So here they want the area of triangle HGI compared to the area of the triangle HGJ. So HGI would be this one here, the red one. Okay, and then HGJ would be this one. It should be the big one, right? Yes. Okay, so HGJ, I'm gonna draw it up here, but flip it, okay? So you have, over here, you have, this is 15, and this is 20. If you flip the blue triangle, right? 15, 20. And then we don't know the hypotenuse. Let's just call it h, right? So we need the two sides to compare areas. We need the two sides to be corresponding to each other. So like, look at the red triangle here. The only side I have in the red triangle is actually this 15 over here, and that 15, you know, if this is the right angle, you know this 15 is the hypotenuse. So if I'm gonna use the hypotenuse from the red triangle in order to compare the areas, I should have a corresponding side. So that means I also need to have the hypotenuse from the blue triangle, but I don't have it. Can I find it? Yes, I can. If I know this is 20 and this is 15, I can just do Pythagoras theorem, right? So h 20 squared plus 15 squared equals h squared. So 20 squared plus 15 squared, then square root it, obviously, you get 25. So the area here, as the h is 25. So let's see, h, now we can compare. We know this is 20, where's, hold up. Yeah, we know this is 25. HGI is the red triangle. What's the side? 15. Over HGJ, what's the side? 25. We know we have to square it. So 15 over 25 squared. 15 over 25 squared. You get 9 over 25. They gave us 25 down. They just want k, so you just take 9. Question 14. Okay, which one represents a one-to-one function? The one-to-one function. Remember, to test if it's a one-to-one function, you use the horizontal line test. Horizontal line test. So what does this mean? It means you can't have the same y for two different x's. So for this one here, you have, let's say this is 4 over here. You have 2 points at y equals 4. So it's not 1 to 1 because you have 1 here and 1 here. So it's actually 1 too many, right? So this, it's 1 too many. This is many to 1, قصدي. Over here, same thing. Let's say over here at y equals, let's say it's 2. You also have another point at y equals 2. So that means it's not 1 to 1. Here, same thing. You have a point here, a point here, a point here. 3 points at the same one. So basically, you can just look if there are 2 points on the same level by using the horizontal line. If it fails the horizontal line test, then it's not 1 to 1. Here, it failed. It crossed over here, failed. Here, failed. Crossed over here, here, here. Here, it passed. There is no 2 points who have the same y coordinate. So this is 1 to 1. Here, it failed. Here, it passed. These points are all spaced out. So it's correct, 1 to 1. Okay, so in the exam, what they do is they get this graph over here and then they put a dot over here. Obviously, if they put a dot, then it's gonna fail the horizontal line test because it will cross at the dot and it will cross over here at the graph. So these two are correct. Question 15. F of x is 4x minus 2. G of x is this. They want the rule for g of f of x. Okay. So just the composite functions. You have to put functions inside each other. So g of f of x. F of x is 4x minus 2. So g of 4x minus 2. So we have to plug in 4x minus 2 into g of x. So over here, our g of x is 3x squared minus 8x plus 5. So we have to substitute each x as 4x minus 2. So 4x minus 2, and we square it because it's x squared, minus 8, 4x minus 2, plus 5. Remember, this is a minus b squared. At this point, everybody in grade 11 should know the identities a plus b squared and a minus b squared, because we're going to learn in around week 4, week 5, sometime in term 1, you're going to learn Pascal's triangle. And Pascal's triangle involves a plus b to the power of any n. Okay? So if you don't know how to do power of 2, then there is no way, I'm telling you, you're going to know to the power of n. Okay? I'm not going to explain what Pascal's triangle is, but it goes like this. You start with 1, 1, then you go 1, 2, 1, then you go 1, 3, 1, 3, 3, 1. Then you add these all. You go 1, again 1 on the sides. You go, this is 6, 8. You go, anyway. Anyway, we're not going to start up with Pascal's triangle. It's easy once you learn it, really. Well, it's very easy. But what I'm saying is know the squares, the power 2. It's always a squared and then b squared and then 2ab. That's it. That's it. You're squaring both and you're multiplying by the power 2. That's it. Okay, and then here when you have minus, same thing. A squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Same thing. Plus, plus, but the only thing that changes is minus went in the middle. Anyway, over here, 3, 4, we know a squared, so 4x, you want to square that, it's going to come 16x squared, minus 2ab, so minus 2 times 4 is, sorry, it's 2ab, so 2 times 4x times minus 2, it's minus 2 because it's minus 2ab, since we're working with minus, you can get 16x, you can get positive 16x. My fault, it's not positive. When you do the identity, actually, I haven't fucking solved math in so long. Minus 2, okay, a is 4x, b is 2. You don't consider the sign when applying the identity. It's already the minus in the rule. Anyway, you get minus 16x, not plus. Astaghfirullah. Okay, plus b squared, 2 squared, 4. Okay, minus 8 times 4x is minus 32x. Minus 8 times minus 2 is plus 16 plus 5. Okay, distribute the 3. 3 times 16x squared is 48x squared minus 3 again into minus 16x is minus 48x. 3 times 4, 12. Then continue writing minus 32x plus 16 plus 5. Combine your like terms. 48x squared, nothing else to combine it with. Minus 48 minus 32 is minus 80x. 12 plus 16 plus 5 is 28 plus 5, 33. So you get 48 and 33. Question 16. uh, they want you to factor this. You can factor it easily. 4 times, you can do it if you have the calculator. You can do it on the calculator. Go on mode, equation mode, ax squared plus bx plus c, put 3. Okay, and you can put 4 minus 23, 28. And you're gonna get x1 is 4, so your two roots are 4, and what's the other root? 7 over 4. 7 over 4. So these are your two roots, yeah? طب you're gonna tell me, طب Waleed, that's not the answer. Okay, what do you do if x equals 4? If x equals 4, you want everything to be on one side, right? You want everything to be on one side. So you take this 4 to the left, you're gonna get x minus 4 equals 0. So x minus 4, that's 1. How about here? You're gonna take everything to the other side, but you can't do x minus 7 over 4. No. You multiply first the 4, right? You want to multiply by 4 on both sides. So it's gonna become 4x equals 7. Then take the 7 to the left. 4x minus 7 equals 0. This is if you want to use calculator. If you want to factor and be fancy, be my guest, I don't mind. Here, so you would multiply 4 times 28, you'd get 56, 112, and then which two numbers multiply to get 112, but add up to 23. I don't think anybody's in the mood to do that. Yeah, no, I'm not in the mood to factor out 112, so just use your calculators, guys. Okay, then for part B, one root is 7 over 4, the other root is x equals 4. We got that also from the first step. Question 17, apply the factor theorem. Remember, if x plus b is a factor of f of x, if it's a factor of f of x, then if you substitute minus b into f of x, you're going to get 0. Same thing that goes with the remainder theorem. Remember the remainder theorem? If you substitute the opposite, you're going to get the remainder. So here, x plus 2. We know if it's a factor, right? So since it's a factor, if you substitute minus 2 as x, it's going to equal to 0. So that means if I substitute minus 2 here into this equation as x, minus 2 to the power 4, minus 2 times minus 2 squared, plus 3m times minus 2 plus 64, it should equal to 0. Minus 2 to the power 4, 16. This is going to be 4 minus 8, because minus 2 times 4 is minus 8. Plus 3m times minus 2 is minus 6m. وهيدي حتكون plus 64 equals 0. 16 minus 8 is 8. 8 minus 6m plus 64 equals 0. You're going to get 72 minus 6m equals 0. You're going to get 6m equals 72. When you divide by 6, you get 12. Question 18. To find the inverse function. Remember, to find the inverse function, you take the I've never explained inverse functions on my channel. Okay, wait. It was in term 1 before I started recording. Okay, so to find the inverse function, the first step is interchange x and y. Okay, interchange x and y. So in this case here, minus 5x plus 2 becomes minus 5y plus 2. Over here, 3x, the 3x minus 1 becomes 3y minus 1. Okay, and you equal it to x. Or, well, no, not really. Do you equal to yeah. I don't know why I got mixed up. عادي, you interchange y and x and you equal it to x. Okay, so how would you solve this equation? Obviously, you'd have to cross multiply, right? So it will be minus 5y plus 2 equals 3y times x is 3xy. And minus 1 times x is minus 1x, so just minus x. Okay, then how can you solve this equation? You want to solve for y. What I would suggest doing anytime is to take everything, all the y's to one side, and everything that isn't y to the other side. So it will become minus 5y minus 3xy equals minus 2 minus x. Okay, what's annoying me right now is that everything is negative. So let's just divide by negative on the whole equation. Okay, it becomes positive. Everything becomes positive. 5y plus 3xy equals 2 plus x. Okay, Now we can factor out the y over here. We can factor out the y. So it become y 5 plus 3x equals 2 plus x. So now can I easily keep this y alone? Yeah, I can just take this 5 plus 3x, divide it on both sides, and y will be alone. So let's divide by 5 plus 3x on both sides. And you're going to cancel these two now. It's going to become y equals 2 plus x over 5 plus 3x. It's always better to put the x's first, so x plus 2, 3x plus 5. So your answer will be 5. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck.